திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஆடும்பரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை செருவில் சாடும் தனி யானை சகோ. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். பூழியர்கோன் இப்பொழித்த புகழியர்கோன் கழல் போற்றி ஆழிமிசை கல்மிதப்பில் அணைந்த பிரான் அடி போற்றி வாழி திருநாவலூர் வன்தொண்டர் பதம் போற்றி ஊழிமறி திருவாத ஊரர் திருத்தாள் போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி ஏகம்பத்துரை எந்தாய் போற்றி பாகம் எண்ணுரானாய் போற்றி பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரணைய போற்றி சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனைய போற்றி அண்ணாமலை அமன்னா போற்றி கண்ணார முதற் கடலே போற்றி காவாய் கனகத்திரளே போற்றி கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். திருச்சிற்றம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக விளங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பெருங்கருணையினாலே ஞானத்திரள் சார்பாக நம்முடைய அன்பிற்கும் போற்றுதலுக்கும் உரிய கத்தார் சரவணன் தம்பதியருடைய நல்ல ஆதரவினால த ஹோலி டெய்டிஸ் ஆஃப் சைவம் என்கிற தலைப்பில் தொடர்ந்து சிந்தித்து வருகின்ற முகமாக த டெய்டிஸ் ஆஃப் லார்ட் சிவா என்கிற தலைப்பில் நாம் நிறைவாக சில செய்திகளை சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. We have been discussing the various forms of Lord Shiva. Agamam has dictated that only the prescribed forms of Lord Shiva should be prayed. We must perform puja not to any form of Lord Shiva that has been drawn by unauthorized artists. There are certain prescriptions, there are certain details about Lord Shiva to be either painted or carved or made statue made. Anything that you make, you must go according to the norms prescribed by the Agamas. Saivagamas, they are meant only for this. Is it not? So whenever we see a Lord Shiva picture, we should not be taken for granted that the picture is completely fit enough to be prayed upon. That is why our mentors and our gurus will guide us not to put any statue-like thing or pictures of Lord Shiva in the puja room. So many artists are drawing the pictures of Lord Shiva for calendar, for diaries, for so many other purposes. But those things are to be carefully seen, carefully analyzed, whether they conform to the details of the Agama. You understand? That is why people are advised not to purchase pictures, not to purchase the paintings of the gods wherever they like or wherever they are available. You must purchase them only in the authorized outlets. For example, if you see Lord Shiva picture, I have seen lot of pictures, the paintings, some drawings I have seen. If you just see that, you can say that are the entire the body of Lord Shiva will be bluish. How can it be bluish? Pavalamaniyan, Sembon Nirattan, Vannathan. All these details are given in our Tirumurais and also in Agamas. Then such is the case, how can one draw a bluish picture of Lord Shiva? How can it be bluish? Only Tirumal will be in bluish form, not Lord Shiva. He will be reddish. His picture should be in golden color, is it not? Onnar Meniyane. That's how our Tirumurai goes. Ponnar Meniyane Pulitolai Araika Saitu Minnar Sanjadai Mel Milir Kondrai Nayandavane Milir Kondrai Anindavane Manne Mamanige Majapadigul Manikame. Manikam. What is the color that is emitted by Manikam? One of the 9 gems. Reddish. Is it not? So, whenever we see pictures of Lord Shiva, we must be very careful to put them in our puja room. We must take precautions whether it conforms to the specifications, definitions, requirements prescribed in our agamas. Only those pictures should be put in there. So, the forms, like the forms, why the forms should not be prayed, other forms should not be prayed? People may ask, if you draw something and call it Siva, won't it be Lord Shiva? People are asking. No. You don't understand the basic detail. That is why you are claiming any picture that is being said as Lord Shiva to be accepted. Just because it is named as Lord Shiva, we cannot accept it. Is it not? I had given you an example. It goes like this. In some pictures I am seeing that the in his pith you don't see the Ganges. You don't see the Ganges. Without Ganges or without snake or without the crescent, how can you say that it is the picture of Lord Shiva? You understand? So, all these details are to be taken into account, and only the pictures, only the paintings, only the statues, those conform to the definitions of agamas should be accepted and should be put for our prayer, pujas. That's how it goes. Now, I should emphasize this point on the basis of another important thing. Why I am emphasizing, why I am insisting that such precautions should be taken to pray, to put forth, to perform our puja for Lord Shiva. See, all the forms of Lord Shiva are supported by mantras. You understand? So, each form of Lord Shiva is according to a mantra. According to a mantra. Suppose if we say Om Dakshinamurtiye Namaha, What does it mean? It means only the Dakshinamurtam facing the south, in the form of teaching or preaching. With the Sinmutrai, with this like this. If the Dakshinamurti doesn't show this Mutrai, this is called Jnana Muttirai. Wisdom sign, the sign, wisdom sign. If he doesn't show it, you cannot accept it as Dakshinamurti. Just because he is sitting on a rock and closing his eyes, you cannot call it as Dakshinamurti. But Dakshinamurti should conform to a mantra. So please understand, all the forms are based on mantras. As a matter of fact, the form is in the sound energy, which is transferred to light energy in the form of a statue, carving, or an idol, anything you may call. But those things are the pictorial or the symbolic representation of a mantra. So form is nothing but the symbolic representation of a mantra. So if it doesn't conform to the mantra, the form you pray or the form you have put it in your puja room, or the form in which you are performing all your pujas, may not be acceptable or may not yield the best results we expect. Your mantra will yield a result, and the idol or the deity or the form which has been made out of the mantra should also yield the same result. So kindly consider your performance of puja consists of both light energy and sound energy. The sound energy is transferred from the sound energy is used to transfer the total energy of the Lord Shiva from one place to another place. For example, the energy will be taken from fire to Kalasam, from Kalasam to Gopuram, from Gopuram to the idol. How it is transferred, how it is being transferred, in what way it is being transferred. There will be Kalasam full of holy water, and there will be Yajna Velvi. The transfer of the power of Lord Shiva or the God is done by mantram. That mantram is called Avahanam. For example, if you start reciting Tirumurai, if you start reciting Devaram, Tiruvachakam, you have to observe one rule. It has been stipulated. The rule has been stipulated for chanting Tirumurai, for reciting Tirumurai, for singing Tirumurai. You are supposed to chant the mantra Tiruchitrambalam. This is a mantra. Tiruchitrambalam is a mantra. It is a form of Lord Shiva. Tiruchitrambalam, it's a form of a mantra. It's a form of Lord Shiva. If you just recite Tiruchitrambalam, then you are receiving energy from the Almighty, the God. It means like that. You chant it, you recite it, the mantra will induce the energy, the power within you. How it is being done? Tiruchitrambalam. See what Tiruchitrambalam else does. You just see, whenever we start a Tirumurai song, suppose if I am singing Thoduடைய Seviyan, what I am supposed to do? First of all, I am supposed to recite Tiruchitrambalam Thoduடைய Seviyan Vidayeri Orthuvan Madhisudi Thoduடைய Vidayeri Orthuvan Madhisudi Kaduடைய சுடலை பொடி பூசி என் உள்ளம் கவர் கள்வன் ஏடுடைய மலரான் முனைநாள் பணிந்தேத்த அருள் செய்த பீடுடைய பிரமாபுரம் மேவிய பெம்மான் இவனன்றே அருநெறிய மறைவல்ல முனியகன் பொய்கை அலர்மேய பெருநெறிய பிரமாபுரமேவிய பெம்மான் இவன் தன்னை ஒரு நெறிய மனம் வைத்துணர் ஞான சம்பந்தன் உரை செய்த திருநெறிய தமிழ் வல்லவர் தொல்வினை தீர்தல் எளிதாமே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். When I am commencing, when I am just starting, I recite Tiruchitrambalam. When I am closing it down, then when I am finishing it, once again I am saying Tiruchitrambalam. Why you are supposed to do to say 2 times the Tiruchitrambalam Mandram? Whenever you start reciting the Mandram, whenever you just finishing it, you have to finish it along with the Tiruchitrambalam. Whenever you start it, whenever you commence it, you have to commence it with the Tiruchitrambalam. Why we are doing it? Most of the people may not be aware of the fact. They will say that it is a tradition. Why that tradition is followed? You please understand, in Saivam, no tradition is followed without meaning. Everything will have meaning. If somebody says it is a tradition, it doesn't have any meaning, don't believe it. You don't believe it. No such traditions are in Saivam. In Saivam, everything you do, it carries a meaning. The only thing is you may not know the meaning. You may not know the meaning, but that doesn't mean that doesn't have any meaning. It is meaningful. Whenever you recite anything, whenever you do anything, whenever you say anything, whenever you show some action, everything carries meaning. So here also, why the Tiruchitrambalam? Tiruchitrambalam, Ponnambalam. Again a mandiram. Tiruchitrambalam. Tiruchitrambalam. Why Tiruchitrambalam is recited? It is because you must understand, Tiruchitrambalam represents the space of Lord Shiva. You understand? The space of Lord Shiva. It is a Adi Sukshama Sorupa state, above the state of form. Adi Sorupa Sukshama state. Now, if it is there, it may not be useful for us. It is useful, but for us, for our purpose, it may not be useful. To make it useful, it has to be brought down, isn't it? Why God takes a form, unless otherwise he comes down, nobody is going to reach his height. Who can go to his height and see him or use him? Nobody can do. He is so merciful. He comes down. The teacher, if he wants to educate his student, he must come down to a level of the student. Is it not? If he maintains his state at a higher level, he may not be successful in teaching. He has to come down to the level of student. He must understand what is the level of student, in what way it should be given to him, in what way is it acceptable by him. Is it not? That has to be ascertained by the teacher. Then only he will be a successful teacher. Say, if I am saying something, it should reach you, isn't it? What is the point of speaking for hours together and nothing is benefited by the people who are hearing? It should reach the public, it should reach the listeners. Those people should, stuff may be very high standard, the stuff may be very, very valuable. So what? Has it come down to the level of the listener and was it made useful to him? That is the question. You understand? That is why Lord Shiva comes down from the highest level, he comes down. When he comes down, he takes different forms. Formless, formless form, again form, that we have already seen. In our earlier sessions, I have clearly given you the details. There you can go and refer. See, here I am not going to repeat the same thing. I am going to present it for another purpose. He comes down from the highest level to the lowest level to reach and benefit the souls. So he is in the form of space. He comes down to the form of soil. Is it not? If he is in the form of space, how we are going to be benefited out of it? He is in the form of land, where we stand, where we dig, where we dwell, where we plow, where we seed, where we do agriculture, where we get our food and where we live virtually. Is it not? So he has come down to a level of very, very solid form of this earth. The next form, if you just see the water, the fire and the air, and finally the space. Once you go up, you can just experience the sukshamam, the fineness. Okay, now let us come to the mantra of Tiruchitrambalam. Tiruchitrambalam represents the space. So the space Tiruchitrambalam, it is the form of Lord Shiva, but Lord Shiva is in space in the pure form, let us say natural form, Akasa. Once you come down to air, in the air, please understand there are two elements, both air and space available. If you just come down to fire, if you just analyze the fire, there are three elements, fire, air and again space. Still you come down to water. What are the elements available in water? Water is there, okay? Air is there, fire is there. Four elements are there. Water is containing fire also. It is in the latent form, is it not? So water consists of all these four elements. If you come down to earth, Earth contains all the 5 elements. Okay. So, if you just see space plus air, space plus air plus fire, space plus air plus fire plus water. Finally, space plus air plus fire plus water plus land. Is it not? What is the common thing you find in all the 5 elements? The common thing is space is everywhere. It is in the nascent form, natural form. Also, it is along with the air, along with the water, along with the land, along with the fire. So, it comes down to the land form. It comes down to the land form. So, the space has a unique characteristics that it is all alone existing and it is also coexisting with the other elements. It is the speciality of the space. It is available, it is there, it exists, so that all other elements are existing within itself. It contains all these things. So, it is available in its natural form and also in the mixed form of all the 4 elements. You cannot see any element without space. If you take a land, if you take fire, if you take water, if you take air, anything you take, space will be there. So, space, it will be in its own form and also mingling with the other forms. So, what we do is, whenever we recite the Tirumurais, what we do is, the space like Sivam, it's available everywhere. It spreads over everything. Now, we are bringing him down to the verses that we are singing, because it is in the form of just a paper and letters. Please understand. It is just a paper, a material, and some ink. It's also another material. You are going to convert it for its grace, heaven's grace. How you are going to convert it? You are going to get down the Lord Shiva, who is available in the space. He will come down. Once he comes down, it becomes lively. It becomes alive, it becomes lively. So, it may be a paper and letters, but once you sing with the Tiruchitrambalam, what you are doing is, the Tamil சொன்னா ஆவாகனம் பண்றது, bringing it down. The great power is brought down to the verses. If you say Tiruchitrambalam, I am just bringing down him to my verses, I am going to sing. Now he exists there. That's how we are doing in our temples also, in our daily puja also, in Velvi also, in Yagam. What we are doing? We are transferring the energy from one source to another. Water is available in the kalasam, the pots. Fire is available, another element. By way of mantra, we are transferring the energy from fire to water and water to the gopuram. This transfer of energy is made possible only by chanting mantras. So, all the powers are available in the form of mantra. Lord Shivam is also in the form of mantra. So, unless otherwise you chant the mantra, if I say mantra, don't think that mantra is specialized only for a particular language. Mantram is available in all language. Nerimoli Mandar, Urayanil Kalanda. Whatever they say, whatever they sing, they are all mantras. மறைமொழி என்பது நெறிமொழி மாந்தர் ஆணையிற் கிளந்த. So whenever our great people, mentors, gurus, whenever they sing a song, whenever they sing a verse, whenever they give a piece of advice, or whenever they give a mantra for upachane, a mantra for our bujai, if he gives a mantra, then he is transferring the mandram, he is transferring the mandram along with the energy of the God. So the God's energy is transferred to you in the form of a capsule, in the form of a mantra. So kindly understand, all the temples are made up of mantras. Without mantras, they are just simple metal statues, that's all. Statues made out of metal. Idols made out of stone, that's all. We say there is Sadasiva, Manonmani, we call them. How can we call? Only when we are infesting the mantra in the particular form. So all the forms in the temple. That is why whenever the Guru, whenever he is performing puja, that is called Archana, he will chant the mantras. If you chant the mantras on your behalf, because you are supposed to chant the mantra, since you don't know Sanskrit, you are entrusting the work with a Guru. So Guru is chanting the mantra on your behalf. Some people, when they go to the temple, they entrust the work, they pay some amount and get the receipt, Archana ticket. They get it and they put it in the basket where the Archana materials are available, and then he is going and saying, and Guru will ask, what is the name, what is the nakshatra, all the, what is the kotram, all these things, details he will collect. And with that, the our fellow will be very, very satisfied, and he will look after his other works, not standing in between Lord and Guru. Let the Guru do anything he likes. This fellow is very particular in getting back the coconut and the plantain. Is it not? Nothing else. What is the point? Unless otherwise you chant the mantra. That is why you are supposed to recite some Tirumuri song. All Tirumuri songs are Vedam, Tamil Vedam are mantras. So mantras are transferring energy or getting the energy from the idol to you, from the deity to you. If you don't make a bridge, it may not be transferred. Unless otherwise you give a check, amount will not be transferred to your account. Bank will ask, what is the instrument for transfer? Is it? They will call the check as an instrument. Draft also an instrument. Withdrawal slip instrument. What is the instrument? So the grace is to be transferred to you. What is the instrument? Instrument is Tirumuri or mandrams. Of course, I don't say that Sanskrit mandrams will not transfer. They will definitely transfer. They are also powerful. That we have to accept. Because they are dedicated for the Lord. They also praise the Lord. They are also composed with enough power. All those things are there. Why should we say that except Tamil Mandiram, none other Mandiram will have power? I cannot say like that. But you must understand that your Mandiram, your Tamil Mandiram is very powerful. You know the meaning, you can recite it, very easily, and getting yourself closer, to the Almighty. You can feel that He is near to you, and you can also give the praise. Once you recite it, it becomes the instrument for transfer of energy from the Lord to you. So all deities are definitely are surrounded or energy transferring only by mantras. So they are handled, all deities are handling the power transfer, the energy transfer only through mantras. So mantras are very, very important. Of course, there are some people, they go over there, stand before Him, say nothing. They may stand, but still they may get very close to the Lordship by their thoughts. But that takes a lot of practice that may not be available with us. We are not competent to adopt all those procedures, because our concentration should be 100%. Do we have concentration 100%? சிந்தனை நிந்தன காக்கி நாயினின் தன் கண்ணினை நின்று திரு பாத போது காக்கி வந்தனையும் அம்மா மலர்க்கே ஆக்கி வாக்கு உன் மணி வார்த்தைக்கு ஆக்கி. All these details are given by our great saint Manivasaka Peruman. He says, when you go before Lord in a temple, your thoughts should be dedicated, but your thoughts should be dedicated, and your thoughts should be transferred to Him, and the energy from the Lord should be transferred to you only through Vartai Manivartaikku Aaki. That is why He gave you Tiruvasakam. You understand? So Tiruvasakam is very powerful in the sense that it can get the power of Lord Shiva to you, and it will also create the feelings, inner feelings, so that you will feel very close to Him. You understand? Okay. So in this session, what I am just trying to insist, or what I am trying to impress upon you, is that all our deity prayers, all our prayers in a temple with a deity. So the topic is the holy deities of Lord Shiva. The holiness, how does come into the deity? That we must understand. Say it is in the form of a statue, it is in the form of a stone, or it is in the form of a metal. All these things are in the form of a painting. But how does it carry the holiness? How it is vested with the holiness? What was the procedure adopted? You must understand. For example, I am taking a statue to a temple. I am just putting over there in a place, and I am saying that go and pray the statue. Will that statue will give you the expected result? Means no. Just a statue may not give you, because there should be some procedures for transfer of. It's only like a dolls. In Navaratri, you will be having a lot of dolls decorated in steps, isn't it? But there is a difference between a doll in Navaratri and a deity in a temple. Definitely there is a difference between a puja murti and a calendar. If it is in your puja room, it carries a meaning. If it is in your drawing room, it's just a picture, that's all. You understand? So temples are to be viewed with utmost care, we must understand that why I am saying all these things is Lord is in the form of mantra. So we are seeing him in the form of deity and we are chanting in the form of mantra, both the sound energy and light energy. Both of them are there. So if you just see and also offer the mantra, definitely you will get the energy, power transferred from the Murtam, from the Murtam, from the Puja Murtam, from the Mulava. So the only way to get the power from him is by chanting mantras. Mantras make the via media, or the mantras are the transferring tool for the transfer of the energy from the main eye. As a matter of fact, when they install, I have already told you, whenever they install Puja Murtam in a temple, what they do is they are putting under the deity the concerned mantram of the particular Murtam. If it is Lord Shiva, his own mantram. If it is Lord Subramanya, his own mantram. So that mantram will be there, and the possession of the power is only through the mantram. So whenever you just give you the mantram, that mantram, this mantram will synchronize and it will fetch you the power. You understand? You must understand. See, Varya Swami will give you an example, a nice example that I want to refer here. People are asking, it's just a stone. People are saying that it is just a stone. In a temple, if you see it is a stone, it is also a stone you see elsewhere. When you come to the temple, you may have some steps. Those steps are also stones. And the main deity, primary deity, that is also stone. So what is the difference? Why should you pray? Why should you waste your time? That is how a priest, a Christian priest was asking. A father was preaching. And at that time, our one of our mentors happened to hear that preaching, and he went to him and asked him, a woman was purchasing something in the shop. The mentor was asking the priest, who is this? Who is this? This is a lady. Okay. The priest was having his daughter by the side of him. Who is she? He says that she is my daughter. You are saying that lady and you are saying this daughter. Is there a difference or not? Both of them are ladies. You call one woman as a lady, she is a stranger, and one woman you are calling it as your daughter. And there will be another woman in your house. Who is she? She is your wife. And another woman will also be there. She is your mother. Your mother, your wife, your daughter, all of them are ladies. All of them are equal or same. You can treat them, all of them, in the same manner. Can you treat your mother as you treat your wife? How can you treat a stone on the step and a stone in the temple in an equal form? It is different. A lady in a street she's just a lady, stranger. But a lady in your house, she's a mother. You have some relationship. Likewise, we have some godly relationship with that stone. Some mantras are there. Some mantras, by mantras, it has been made holy. That priest closed his mouth and ran away. You just think of it. All ladies are equal, but all of them are equal for us? No. We consider mother in a high sense, with a high regard, with a different attitude. How can we treat them all in same manner? They have different notes, isn't it? So, out of ignorance, the priest has said the example. Out of ignorance, they don't understand the idol or the deity in the temple. It is not just a deity, it's not just a doll, or it is not just a statue. It is made out of mantram that they don't understand. They don't have any mantram at all. If you go to their churches, all dolls are there, of course. We cannot say that they are dolls. We will not say. But we don't have deities, just statues. There are mantras which are making them holy and powerful and energyful. And we are getting it. So, whenever we talk about the form of lords, the form of our gods, the form of gods not only by vision but also by mantra they are gods. You understand? So that is why I want to close the chapter of the holy deities of Saivam with this most important thing that we must understand and observe and should not forget. And we must be also able to educate others who may not have adequate knowledge. They may not have. So people talking very easily about our temples, they don't have enough knowledge. So many politicians are talking on the dice nonsense. They don't understand. They don't have a clear knowledge. If they don't have knowledge, they should ask the knowledgeable persons and get the knowledge. Without getting the knowledge, they are just passing on the comments without understanding. They must take the pains to understand why it is called Swami, why it is called with a name. These are all because they are powerful, they are not the same statue. See, another example I must cite out here. See, if you, I had been to a friend's house. The wife of my friend was found to be scolding his son. I was not interested to know the details, but he volunteered. My friend volunteered to give me the details. What was going on? Why the mother was scolding her son? Why the mother was scolding her son? The details is like that. The mother is having a son and a daughter. The daughter is a mature daughter. The fellow is having a friend. That friend used to come to the house, and he was friendly to the son and also he was friendly to the daughter. whenever he was talking, he was seen to be touching the girl with his hand and talking. So the mother insisted, it is not fair, it is not good, it is not the manners. He should not touch the girl. He should be away, and if he wants something to be conveyed, means he must do it without touching her or without going near her. So that should be the discipline you must follow. That's how she was giving him the piece of advice. And that son told, okay, mummy, I would take care of that. He was saying something like that. So after some time, what happened, you know? After 5 or 6 years, the son's friend married the girl. It so happened he married the girl. The things turned out because the time is very powerful, isn't it? So as the time went on, it so happened that fellow who was visiting the house and talking, the mother was referring, isn't it? That fellow himself married that girl. Now you just imagine what will be her attitude if he doesn't touch that girl. The mother will expect that that fellow should touch his daughter, touch her daughter. Is it not? Before that she objected to it. Now she expects it. What was the difference? The difference is nothing but they were joined by mantra. The mantra made or gave the power. The mantra made the mantra which united them gave the power for the boy to touch the girl. Likewise, we may touch the stone before it is being installed in a temple. Once it is installed in the temple, we are not supposed to touch it. Is it not? It is here because of the mantra. You can touch the statue only by mantra. So whenever you chant mantra before the statue or the deity or the murti, you are touching him. You are touching him through mantra. If you don't chant mantra, you are not touching the statue. You don't have the right to touch him. That is why people in temple, they are saying the Gurukul only reserve the right. Yeah, they only reserve the right to touch the முப்போதும் திருமேனி தீண்டுவார்க்கு அடியேன். They touch the statue. But we cannot touch. So how can we touch? We can touch only through mantras. Only through mantras. If you recite mantra, then definitely you are touching him. So the transfer of energy, the transfer of power is enabled only through chanting of mantra. That is why I am insisting, whenever you are going to temple, please understand all the statues in the temple are vibrated or mantra vibrated, or they are triggered, they are powered only through mantras. So if you go over there, if you just see him, you may receive some energy, but that may not be adequate. If you recite mantra, it becomes the best, very best medium to transfer the energy from the statue. So that is why we must understand all the statues in the temple are installed on the basis of mantra. So there are mantras. That is why they are renovating every 12 years, because the mantra that is being installed beneath the statue will get, the power will be decreasing. That's how they look at it. Their mantras will get less power in due course of time. That is why they insist that once in 12 years it should be renewed, renovated. That's good, isn't it? But Tirumurai doesn't have that shortcoming at all. That limitation is not there. Wherever you are, whenever you want, whatever time you may prefer, you can recite the Tirumurai and you can get the power from the deity to you. So, our mentors, Sundaramurti, Manivasagar, Tiriyana Sambandar, Tirunavakarsa, whenever they go over to the temple, they utter the mantras. Whatever they say, they are all mantras. Through mantras, they were receiving all the energy from him, the grace from him, and they have given the opportunities to us also to recite a mantra and get transferred the energy. So, with this, I want to conclude. Kindly understand, all the temples are connected, or all the temples are mantra enabled. All the temples are mantra enabled. Invariably, all temples are mantra enabled. Unless otherwise you use mantra as a tool, you may not get the benefit out of the temple you visit. Some or other, now on our behalf, Gurukul is reciting the mantra, but that doesn't enough, that is not sufficient. That may not be enough. So you just do one thing. Whenever you go to any temple, you recite Tirumurai. In that way, you are getting the power transferred from the Moolavar through the mantras, through Tirumurai. So, mantras are very, very important. They are made up of mantras. They are installed by mantras. They are standing on mantras. Everything is mantra built. Oh, inherently it is there everywhere, and you must understand the form of all Saiva deities are the form of mantras. With this, I am just concluding this session and also this topic, and we will switch over to a new topic from next week onwards. And let me finish this session with uttering 5-lettered mantra 5 times, and I beg you to follow me this 5-lettered mantra chanting. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Tiruchitrambalam. I take this opportunity to express my thanks to Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan Kattar. As a matter of fact, they are the people who are behind the scenes, and they only sponsor all these English programs, and they are very keen in promoting such projects, so that non-Tamil speaking people will also get benefited because of this. So, I just pray my Lord Muruga to bestow his grace upon this couple and their family. With this, I am just concluding this, hoping to meet you in the next week, that is on 25th evening. We will meet and discuss it. Okay, thank you. And also I want to remind you that kindly become subscriber of Jnanathiral. It is only 250 rupees per month. But of course, it is in Tamil, if it is in Tamil, but it contains valuable materials. Just to contribute and get yourself subscribed. Jnanathiral. Okay, thank you. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.